guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today. And today we are going over my update on my gun Stasis Harlowe build. Now this build couldn't plat the takedown originally. We have made some changes and it allows us to plat the takedown. We are using the Himdall for the takedown because it is really good. It just finds and homes and the enemies, but we are also using critical funding now, and we'll go over the tree and what we've changed. We're still using the order enhancement that gives us 30% more damage with gun damage, gun critical damage, and assault rifle critical damage. And we're using the triple amp watch for dinner still. And then we're using the Churigan. This has 5 in acceleration. This lifesteal is actually very important. And you're going to want gun critical hit chance because it's just really nice for this build. Crit knife is really good for single bossing, but when you're running through the takedown, you're going to want the Himdall. Also, there's a boss in the takedown that reflects your bullets, and he is super duper annoying. If you have Bounty Pack 3, I recommend go getting yourself a large hugger. This will reflect the bullets back at him, and they will not come back at you again. So they will just reflect back and just do your damage to him. So this is just a really nice rep kit for that specific area of the boss fight, because that boss is particularly really annoying. And then for uh, regular bossing, you want to kind of grab a amp and a rage rep kit if you can find one. And then you can use a triple bypass with amp on it too if you'd like, for action skill cooldown. So if you're going to be looking like running through the takedown, you're going to want you could run through the triple bypass and then swap through this to that triple boss fight. I definitely recommend picking up one of these. And then we're using 3 in active fire, so you get 10% more weapon damage and 20% more charge rate. And now when firing a charged weapon within 0.5 seconds, reaching full charge increases the damage dealt by 100%. And then we're still using this to skill craft, so this has skill damage and skill critical hit chance. And then we're using 1 in quantum immortality, so you have health regeneration. This is really nice. We're running 5 in parallel circuit, so you get 30% more gun damage when you activate your action skill. 5 in Mega Extraordinary, so you get 8% more critical hit chance. And an additional 4, this is really good. You don't need 5 in here, so we're running 4 in there. I tested this myself because I was running 5 originally right before I made this video, but I tested 4 and it works just fine, as good as it does with 5. You really don't need 5, so 5 allows us running 4 in here allows us to keep the gun damage over here instead of losing a little bit of gun damage, which is actually important for this build. And then we're using periodic table flip. You get 16% more elemental damage, gives you a little bit more status effect chance, which is not super important. And then we're using 1 in ripple effect, so when you kill an enemy, you can entangle enemies nearby. And then for the skill of the action skill, we're using the strain attractor. When Harlowe shoots an enemy, guns with bullets ricochet into that enemy, all in stasis. So this was really good. So bullets just ricochet like crazy. This even works with your ordnance. We're using 1 in unstoppable ice. So when we kill an enemy, we get 7% more crowd damage or damage dealt, which is really good. And then we're using 2 and keep ice on that. So we get more life steal and overshield steal when our health is full. So this skill only works when your health is full. So you need to have some more health regen. Which is why we went into quantum immortality. So we have some more health regen. That's also why you want the life steal on the class mod. And then we're using 5 in momentum. You get 25% more critical hit damage. 5 in neutron decay, so you get 10% damage per stack. 3 in creative overflow, so you get 36% gun more overshield you have. And then 2 in confirmative reality, so you get more action skill cooldown per shot, which we categorize revenge to really cool down our action skills super fast. 1 in refraction, so you have more ricochet chance, which is really good. 4 in excited estate, so you get 28% more critical damage. 2 in distribution deflection, so you get shield restore when you're activating your action skill on the boss or slamming enemies around. You really don't slam enemies around here though. And then we put 3 in acceleration from our class mod because we got 5 in here. And like if you got 4, you're gonna want to put 1 extra. So you're gonna lose a little bit of damage. So you're gonna really want a version with 5 into acceleration because this is just super important. Because you're gonna want to keep yourself health full during the boss fight. And then we're using Harlow's Certainty Principle, 5 in here, so you get 50% more gun handling. Gamma Ray Burst actually works against us here because we want to keep our shields full, and this works against us. So we're using 5 in critical funding, and we're getting more ammo at it when we get our critical hits. So this is really good. It's basically infinite ammo. One in meltdown, you get bonus radiation damage, 8% damage, a critical hit damage. You're doing bonus radiation damage. And then we're using 5 in decoherence, which is the butter and butter of this build because this double dips into our beam tossers and all of our gun damage and all that. So this is just really, really good. And then for the specializations, we're using the best defense. Riddle you this. Now, caffeine and groundbreaker. Now, for the takedown, you could use the tripwire. You can cool down your ordnance a bit easier. But let's say you don't have your ordnance, you got to cool down pretty fast. It brings your ordnance back every time you activate it. So, shoot this, you get it back. But I only recommend it for the takedown, just because sometimes you need to cool down your ordnance. Not very often if you're careful. Critical funding here can be a little iffy. We're not necessarily always hitting crits, but we're hitting enough crits to get enough critical funding back. I didn't mean to spawn the vehicle. That is what we changed on this build, though. I hope you guys enjoy this build video. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.